Hello and welcome to 7F5R's Mindful Meal on Mondays. This is the 10th and final episode in this series. It is the 26th of September 2022, currently 2:45 p.m. on a cloudy Monday afternoon here in Singapore. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching this live or as a recording. My name is Stephanie Jennifer. I am a CZT21 and I'll be your host for this session. In just a bit, I'll be joined by my co-hosts, Debbie New CZT18 and Susan Yo Asia 2. We're so happy that you're here today. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, is the fan interfering?
There's a hum, but still okay. Where's Susan? I accepted her request to join and she disappeared.
See this beautiful package. It just arrived.
Are we going to unbox it?
Let's
Let's
cover
cover.
her address. Yeah, so it just came in, I think, on Friday. And look at the stamps. Pretty, right?
Nice.
Yeah. So let me just try and get it out of the. So she's put in a little bit of origami. So I'm going to leave this on my desk. I'll probably show it a little bit more. I can see that Susan is here though.
I'm trying to accept her
so
request to join. Susan, if you're listening, you might need to relaunch your app.
There was a recent update to Instagram as well, so might be that. Let's just leave this on my desk.
So while we're figuring out technical issues, feel free to pick out a title if you'd like to tangle along with us. These 7F5R Mindful Meal on Mondays series is based on the Traveling Tangles project group on Facebook. Hi Susan, glad that you could join us.
Hello. Yeah.
So Traveling Tangles is a collaborative project that aims to show how the Zentangle method can bring people from around the world closer to one another. And the idea is that you'll draw on a tile but only finish the drawing halfway and then send it to another person for them to complete. And in exchange, they too will half finish a tile and send it to you for you to complete. And both you and your swap partner will get to keep the tile that you have each received. Now, like I mentioned earlier, today's episode, this will be the final episode of our Mindful Meal on Monday series. However, the Traveling Tangles project group will still be active, so you can still join the group and participate in swaps. And we'll be streaming live on Instagram every Wednesdays, 2:45 p.m. Singapore time. And we hope that we'll be able to see you later in this week on 28th of September 2022. Yeah. So let's start first by sharing what tiles we'll hope to work on. I think Susan, you should go first.
Okay. This is the tile that from Debbie. She's my partner for the August, the gemstone, the swap. Yeah. So she gave me this one with the gemstone. And I also have another two tiles that stand by, which is this is from Stephanie. Tripico.
Tripico.
But why your initial is in pencil?
Is it in grey pen?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think so. Yeah.
I don't want it to be too bright. Sorry.
Then maybe later I should use a grey micron. Okay. Then the third tile that stand by is from Debbie as well. It's the lunar flux. Yeah. Inner flux.
Inner flux, yeah, not lunar.
Yeah.
Too many flux.
Okay. Yeah. So I have white Renaissance tile and the black tiles.
Wow.
Very good.
Good luck, Susan.
Thank you.
Okay, I will go next because I don't know what Debbie has up her sleeves. I have a tile from Debbie. She did this quite a while back. She didn't sign the back, but I know that it's from her. If you've joined any of our previous, not any, but some of our previous episodes, you will know that I do not do very well on 10 tiles. So I'm going to try today to work on this. I have my brown micron ready. And then for a double challenge, I'm going to work with a 01 pen rather than a 05. So wish me luck.
Over ambitious.
Yes, I agree. That's why For my warm-up, I've chosen this tile also from Debbie. It's a very simple silver tile. So I will draw mist at the bottom and then I will draw some tangles in grey as the border. So that's my warm-up. And then if I do still have time, I have an eco dye tile from Debbie that I will, I don't know what do what with, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I have 3 tiles. So Susan, you have a white, tan, and black. I have a white, tan, and coloured tile.
Well, I have like a huge deluge of tiles. So the one that I have on my desk right now, so this dash, complete with a beautiful envelope, with a whole sleeve of stamps from the US. This is from Meredith Krimmer. She's in Dexter, Missouri. I think MI is Missouri. So I've got like I've got so many swaps that I'm kind of like losing touch in terms of who my partners are. So she turned out to be my partner, my sending partner for my gemstone swap. So I was paired with Susan, so I had to send mine along to Susan. And Meredith sent hers to me. So these are from Meredith. I think she's got a very nice style. Like to do her turquoise. I think this is like a turquoise look gemstone and then an emerald. And then she sent me this large one, which I think is probably Strathmore paper, with watercolor. I think it's Magicals. And then she did white jelly roll. What she says is Oasis by Thomas Padros. And then she sent me a couple of black and white tiles because I didn't realize that she was my swap partner, or maybe the swap commenced later, but I actually swapped her a couple of my Symphony and Eco Dye tiles. So she's thrown in like black and white, watercolor, gemstones, and a little origami queen. So this is all from the very talented Meredith. I'm just going to put it aside before I drop something. I have a lot more to show you guys. Well, fitting, right? Since this is our unexpected finale. So this is the tile I got from Susan. We did a private swap for this one. Because I gave her a gemstone tile without knowing that she was my partner, and then I had to give her another gemstone tile. So she had like a bonus, and then this one is like a lot of people are giving me green gems lately. So this is another green gem. Susan Yo.
Maybe that's not like green.
It depends what kind of green though. I like teal green.
Susan, must remember, okay?
Then
Don't know whether Susan's here.
I'm here. The one is just normal green color.
Normal
color
green?
pencil. Yeah,
It's
just a
supposed to
normal. I do not know
abnormal.
what's the.
Emerald
There's no
green.
special name. I can't remember.
yeah, so this is another tile from Susan. She's cut out a black tile and stuck it on, and then punched holes in it, and then stuck the punched out one a little further. And this is Symphony. So it's a tan tile, and then she put the other one on the back. Very cute. Okay, so Susan Yo's tile, another Susan Yo tile, and another.
So many.
Wow.
Well, I did give you a lot as well, so I don't think it's as many as the ones that I have given you, Susan Yo.
Of course.
Yeah, so these are
I just
Susan
didn't
Yo's
expect I gave you so
tiles.
many.
This is Stephanie. I think this is also Stephanie. And then
Want to finish all today?
No, I'm just showing you what I have. And then Stephanie.
Okay.
Choose lah.
And
Maybe
and
which one you
then
gonna work on?
and then
Go.
Stephanie. So this one was an eco dye towel that I gave Stephanie and she cut. Right? I think you cut it. Do you cut it?
Cause it bengkok on one side.
Yeah, so she's tangled on both sides. What paper was this, Steph?
The Fabriano, right?
It doesn't feel right. Okay, so it's a mystery paper.
Yeah.
Mystery paper. And she chose to work in blue on both sides. And then, I'm not done yet. I still have another swap from US. So, card. And this lady, my classmate, alright, this CCT, my classmate, she gave me like a couple of temporary tattoos as well. Very cute.
Oh,
I
so
can't
cool.
read them because they're like mirror image, right? And she gave me a translucent towel. Can you see? And then she told me that she
Wow.
got so carried away that she forgot it was meant to be like a traveling tangle. So she basically left a little bit here and there
Very
for
good.
me, but majority was done by her, which is fine. Which is fine. Um, she's a good friend. Yeah. So Deb Myers. So I know a lot of Debs. Happen to be one myself. And of course, I still have a Noska's towel, Midori's towel, Udika's towel, and I have two swaps prepared for the What's It's team swap that Stephanie is hosting. So if I happen to swap one out, I might have a spare to give away. Yeah. And then do I have some more here? I actually have some more here, but I think those are a bit older, so I won't go through them. So I'm gonna pick from these ones.
Okay. And while Debbie is picking, if you would like to watch a recording of today's session, you can watch it on our studio's Instagram page at 7F5R's or also on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/7F5R studio. Like I mentioned, you can join the Traveling Tangles project group on Facebook. Please note that traveling has two L's, not just one. Yeah, you can find each of us on our personal pages on Instagram. Debbie is at tangle.pursuits, Susan is at susanyeo.cinzt, and I'm at halfpen_will draw. We'll be drawing for the next hour and a half probably, so do take out a tile, or if you are a part of the Traveling Tangles project, perhaps fish out a tile from the group that you've received, and then maybe work on it while we chat about our weekends. What happened on the weekend? So Team 7F5R had a very interesting weekend because we had a special guest come to visit. Ildika Boyd came to Singapore.
Yay.
Woo!
Yeah, we've been looking forward to this for like the entire year. I think for the year, maybe.
So she came for 3 days. Yeah, so she landed in Singapore.
Well, 2.5.
Yeah,
Not 3 full days.
yeah, she came to Singapore on Friday evening, right? Yeah, so I went over to Debbie's place to
We worked.
have a half a work day there. Then we traveled to the airport together.
And then we thought we were going to be late.
Debbie said, there's a direct bus from the nearest MRT station from my place to the airport. Why not we take
The
that? And
interchange.
I was like, yeah, sure. And then we were on the bus, and then
It's
I was
not our
looking up.
fault though. Her flight was early by half an hour. So it
So we
wasn't
were,
our lack of planning. Usually our
yeah,
planning is, well, usually my planning is not that bad. It's just
we
that
were,
it just happened to be, right?
yeah, we were on the bus, and then I was checking like how many stops are there. And Debbie was like, how many stops are there? I'm like, good question. So I was looking, and then she decided to look up the flight information for Ildika. So that morning, she had sent me Ildika's flight information, so I had checked it. So obviously she had checked it too, and everything was fine. But then in between the time period of us just going through our work day and Ildika's flight making its way to Singapore, I don't know, the winds decided to carry the plane faster or something. And then her flight was set to arrive half an hour early. Yeah, so Debbie even had mentioned, like, oh, when we reach, I really need a cup of coffee. So we're like, yeah, that'll be fine. We can find a coffee place, get
Well,
coffee.
it's not like I'm coffee addicted, but like Steph makes me sound. But I just happen to have like I've been keeping off coffee as much as I can, and only sometimes I do need a cup, and then when I do need a cup, I do need a cup.
Yeah,
Does that
so
make sense?
no cup. No
Also,
cup for
when
Debbie.
you're like, okay, so I have three. I'm just gonna tell you guys what towels I have. So I have 3 towels on my table. I will probably not finish them all, obviously, but I decided that since it's the last one that we're doing together for a while, I decided to use the towel I've got from Anoska Wardenburg. I have Ildika's towel here, but this was swapped way before she came. It's just that I kind of never got around to it. So I'll see what I can do with this one. I've got one of Stephanie's towels and another of Susan's towels, but I don't think I'll finish everybody's. So we'll just see how it goes.
So then we did make it. And then the funny thing was that we were at the waiting area. And then I was like, oh, I think that's Ildika. And then I started waving at her. And then Debbie was like, no, why if you're waving to the wrong person? And then the person was
Well,
waving.
Well, you know why I say that? Because from where we were, the glass was very warped.
Wavy.
Yeah, and wavy, and there were a lot of reflections and a lot of lights and stuff, and the lighting wasn't that fantastic. And having come and rushed down from the bus, right, we were like kind of like a bit not as sharp as we would have wanted. You know what I mean? So we could have like mistaken. Well,
And
we
then everyone's
haven't met.
masked up
I know, right? And we haven't met Ildika before that, like in
in
person.
person.
We've only like met on Zoom many times. That's all. And so I was terrified that she was waving to a strange person, and then we had to like entertain the strange person. You know, like
So I was like, woo! And then
like
the person
hi, take me to my
wasn't
hotel, please. I'm like, oh no.
the person wasn't replying. So I was like, oh, maybe it isn't Ildika, you know? So she was getting her baggage.
The body language was funny though.
Yeah, she was getting her baggage. I was like, no, I think it's Ildika. And then the person looks up at me as she's rummaging through her bag. She looks up at me. She makes direct eye contact with me. So I start waving to her frantically. I go, Ildika, hi. And then she stares at me for a second or two, and then she goes back through rummaging into her bag. So I'm like, oh, maybe it really isn't Ildika.
Well, to be fair, I did think it was, because in one of the comments on her Facebook, her husband said, "Don't bring the red bag." So her red bag,
So then,
red bag, blonde, tall.
yeah, she was very tall. So then, come to find out, she was actually rummaging through her bag for glasses, so she couldn't tell who's that person waving at me.
No,
Are they
but to
waving
be
at
fair,
me?
the glass, the
Yeah, it was
barrier,
difficult to look
yeah, the
through.
glass barrier was just very confusing. Even whether you're inside or outside, it was just hard to see through. Yeah.
So then she collected her bags, and then she came out, and then we confirmed that it was her. Then we had jokes about like, wouldn't it be funny if we had like I was waving at a random person, and then we had just like, yeah, Ildika, and then brought like the wrong person home, and then the person had just followed along because like, yeah, sure, everyone's masked up, right? Don't know who is who.
Well, we'd be fortunate if they didn't sort of like report us for abduction,
Poor thing. It's not
And
on
there were
purpose.
so many, and she was waving like a mad woman.
Woohoo, Ildika!
Yeah, and there were like about three groups of security guards. So I was like distancing myself from this mad woman.
So it ended up being Ildika. Then we brought her to Debbie's place. So Ildika stayed at Debbie's place in the guest room. Debbie and Daniel, her husband Daniel, very kind to let her stay over for the 2.5 days that she was here. So we let her
It was fun.
unpack. Oh, yeah, let her unpack
I enjoyed
her
having
bags.
her here.
Unpack her bags, let her settle in for a bit, freshen up, and then we went for dinner, right? Hello?
Yeah, tell your story.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the one. Okay, I'm going to narrate the whole story. Okay.
But
then,
you said you're gonna share the entire weekend, right?
okay. I didn't think I would be the one sharing, Susan. Later you must help me.
She wasn't part of this part of the weekend.
Yeah. So when it comes to
She
the part where
doesn't
she's
know.
there, she needs to help. Anyways,
Well, we don't have to go through everything. Like,
well, this is like an abbreviated version already. And then we went for dinner at a nice place along the waterway
we should
point,
take
I guess.
Susan the next time, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a late dinner, so we didn't want to interrupt with Isaac and stuff because I'm
This
sure
was
every
Friday.
kid has to eat at a certain time, right?
Never mind.
And
Let him
we
starve.
didn't think it was a good idea to like shift his dinner to like 8 o'clock or something, and then have him be hungry. So we didn't invite Susan on purpose for that one. Yeah,
Well,
and also it's a bit out of the way lah.
well, Isaac did stay up on Saturday. 妈妈，我在等你。妈妈 waiting for you.
Yeah, already 11:30, you know. Wow.
Friday. Anyways, back to our story. So we're having dinner.
Friday, Saturday.
We're having dinner on Friday.
Isaac stayed out on Saturday,
Yeah. What did I
not
say?
Friday.
I say wrong thing.
Susan wasn't with us on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said Friday,
Oh,
right?
I don't know. Anyways, we were having dinner on Friday.
Are you jet lagged too?
No, I'm still on the Friday part of the story. We're having dinner on Friday, and then we found out that Utica does this thing called geocaching.
Also gonna embarrass her here on air.
It's not embarrassing, right? It's a nice
She
little
doesn't-
fun hobby.
Did you ask
like-
permission though? Like tell her story for her.
Okay, fine. I will explain what geocaching is. It's basically treasure hunting for grown-ups. I find
Excuse
it
me,
completely
kids can do
fascinating.
it as well.
Okay, fair enough. Kids can
It's
do
not
it as
treasure
well.
hunting for grown-ups.
Well, there's like the Easter egg hunt kind of treasure hunt, and then there's geocaching. Well, I mean, like a child can't like up and leave and go and find geocaches on their
Why
own.
not?
Dangerous lah.
If it's within their countryside and stuff like that, I mean, a lot of places are safer than in the city. So you can't assume that only people in the city are playing with
Fair enough.
this app. Yeah.
But anyways, basically it's like this whole map of the whole world, and then people leave little geocaches that you can go find and log your name into the little logbook at that location. Very simplified way of explaining it. So it's quite fun. We went to find one. And then we went for a little walk. Quite enjoyable. The weather was very kind to us over the weekend. Not too hot. Very muggy, very humid. But it wasn't raining at the point in time. So it was good weather. Enjoy myself on Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Friday.
Oh.
And then after that, on Saturday, we went to. Well, I don't know what happened in the morning. I wasn't there.
We
Anything of note?
we actually were so on Friday night after we dropped Stephanie off at the station, we actually took a walk and then we were on the what do you call it? LRT? What's the LRT? Light rail, is it?
Lightning.
I think it's light rail. I can't remember what it stands for, the abbreviation.
Light rail transit.
Yeah, so we took her on the light rail for a little bit, like maybe 2 stops, I think we did. And then because she came wanting to be like a local, does that make sense? So we just let her try out different modes of transport and stuff. So I had given her her own transport card, like we call it the EasyLink card. And then we took a walk together and then we took the light rail. So we dropped Stephanie off at the station. And then we took her, Daniel and I, we took her to the supermarket nearby at the station. And we got breakfast things. Because everyone has different idea about breakfast, right? So you can have like more or less like a standardized lunch or dinner, basically, right? But then your breakfast is like people do different things for breakfast. And I wasn't sure what she did for breakfast, so I couldn't really prepare beforehand. And also she wouldn't know to tell me because she wouldn't know what's available. So we thought that the easiest thing was like do a mini grocery run and then take her with us for her to choose, which turned out very well or not, because I only found out today, after she had gone home yesterday, that the oats that she picked was really, really very sweet. Like the cereal that she picked was very, very sweet. Like I know she wouldn't have gone for it, if if one of us had known, you know, that was very sweet, we probably wouldn't have recommended it to her. But she picked it up, and it's a brand that I've never tried before, so I couldn't have forewarned her. But I did recommend the Oatly to her. So, and then so she picked the cereal, and then we picked breakfast things, and then we walked home. So we walked home from the station, via the Waterway Park in Singapore. So we walked home, and then we took her to the Sky Garden and just did a quick walk through the communal garden here. And then I think she was ready to get to bed, which is good because it meant that she didn't really suffer jet lag when she was here. So New Zealand, where she is, Christchurch, where she lives, is 4 hours ahead, which is not so bad. But it does mean that when we said goodnight to her, it was 4 a.m. in Christchurch. The first night.
She's not good night.
Yeah. So then originally she had wanted to do like a morning walk on Saturday morning. So she had me, we had set our time, well, our alarms to go off like at 7, so that we could squeeze in a little bit of walking. She wanted to check out a geocache that is rather nearby. We couldn't have done it at night because it's kind of too dark to enjoy the view where the geocache, that particular one, was. And because it faced a very nice area, I thought that it would be better to do it during the day. So we ended up not doing it because we ended up talking about work stuff and talking about Zentangle stuff. And before we knew it, we had to rush off to sort of meet Susan and Stephanie in town for the day. So we had set up a brunch thingy, so that we could take her to some of our favorite art supply shops. You can't not meet us and not go to an art supply shop. Right?
Spend all your money.
Well,
Utica was very good though.
yeah, she did very well, I think.
Yeah.
Because maybe she knew that we would take her to the studio, and then, you know, she won't have space life after that in her bag. So it worked out very well. I think she bought a couple of things, and we sort of made our way to the studio for our alumni social. So that's the last alumni social this year. The next one will probably be next quarter. And that's the last of the Friendship Reef series that we had going for the Alumni Club, for CCTAE Alumni Club. So if you had missed any of these ones as CCTAE alumni, you can always retrieve them on your Thinkific dashboard if you log in. You don't have to be like attending the current CCTAE. You can be attending like the previous one, and you can still access the current alumni social if you like.
And you're invited to
So-
future socials too.
If you are an alumni.
If you're an alumni, yes. It's not open.
Yeah.
Everyone, sorry.
So this part, right, should be then narrated by Susan because she was with us by then.
Susan, Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, I meet
After
you all in the
brunch.
noon.
Yeah, after
We
we
meet for
ate,
the lunch.
then we went to
So-
Art Friend.
Yeah, in the Overjoy to buy the art supply.
Then
Yeah, I think in the art friend is well controlled, right? Nobody buy anything.
yeah,
I bought a pack of cards though.
Oh, is it?
No, not
Oh, okay.
Not our friend. I bought a pack of cards from Strathmore, and Strathmore is only available at Overjoy in Singapore, I think. They're the distributor.
so we save our money for Overjoy.
Save our money for Overjoy. Oh, the pack of cards wasn't that expensive.
I bought paper, colored paper.
Yeah, and she bought some as well.
I influenced her to go buy.
Well, why buy that though? What are you gonna do with it?
Make tiles with it.
Yeah,
But
then
is it
Steph
thick?
gave me fuse this
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah,
Give
then
you feels
give you a few.
The fuse house.
A
Oh, give you a
few.
few. Give you feels.
Give you
sound
feels.
very
FUEL. Very good.
Feels.
touchy feely, and I
Touchy-感情.
don't know what are you all doing in the studio, man.
Yeah, 'cause it feels. My friend give me fish ball.
Your friends. Okay, very good.
My friend
Oh, friend, give me fish ball.
Isaac.
Her
Isaac
little
say,
boyfriend.
Isaac, no,
Another
I only
one?
got boyfriend. I got boyfriend. His name is Dexter. He's a cat.
Oh, okay.
So this one is my little friend.
Well,
Isaac say,
Little friend.
Dexter's tear stain is slightly better.
okay,
But
that's
I
good.
have
Poor
no
thing.
sign of the powder that I ordered to fix his tear stain. So
By the time
got
he come
better
in,
already.
fun finish.
Ah, no, man. And that thing cost me like, I think like
Oh my
$14
goodness.
or something. And I'm like, excuse me.
Don't need lah. Don't need. I
Ah,
own self cure.
and he's been using my micellar water. So
Yeah, can you imagine?
I tell my
Cat
cats are
for
posh.
makeup. For
My
makeup.
cats are posh cats.
Yeah.
Posh cats.
So after Overjoyed, then where did we go, Susan?
Too
We
much
go back to
joy.
the studio, right?
Too
Yeah,
much
too much
joy.
joy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too much joy.
I found that I'm the tourist as well.
Mm.
To
How
walk,
come we
then
didn't
to
take you to
go.
Overjoy, ah?
No,
Why?
I don't know.
We didn't
Are
take
you
her to
sure,
I don't
Overjoyed.
Steph?
know.
I thought we did, you know.
No,
Steph?
that's my first time going there.
Oh,
Then you never tell us that you want to go?
because she don't know it exists.
I know Overjoy.
Oh, then that's
just that
even worse.
just that I haven't got the chance to go there.
Okay.
Yeah,
She didn't
so
make any noise lah. We don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean.
why need to make noise?
So we can take you.
Then go
You
then
harass
just
us then.
no need lah. Just next time
But
when
you
opportunity
harass us
comes,
anyway,
then
what?
it's okay lah.
You KIV us.
Everyone's so busy. Yeah, KIV until last
Now,
weekend. Very
very-
good.
Kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Maybe take
Susan,
grab a car to go back studio.
Susan also very self-control. Never buy anything.
Yeah.
She has
Yeah,
no
I
meaning
tell her.
what. She said,
I told her she must pretend that you cannot see.
pretend that
Because
you can't see.
once I say that I have enough art supply, so cannot. So I tie my hands behind, close my eyes.
Tie your hands behind.
Yeah, like
Cannot see.
like sometimes when
Hands behind.
the kids, right, we bring the
Sounds like
kids
an abduction, you know.
to some shops. They'll say, okay, put your hands
Keep
behind.
your hands, keep your hands
Not
to yourself.
touching. Just look.
So funny. And then we take Grab. Then we go where?
Go studio, prepare for our Zoom, the friendship brief, last one. Yeah,
For the
And
year.
then after that?
for the year.
You all don't keep saying last one, ah. Later I got people comment, how come it's the last one?
For this year.
Oh,
for
it's
this
last one
year.
today, last one for live.
Yeah.
So last one
They're
for
like, you all are all skiving. Like, what are you all doing now?
Skiving.
Nothing.
Shutting down
We
everything.
skype to another world.
Well, we're not shutting down because we are skiving. We are shutting down because the time slot the time slot is just not convenient for us. It's just in the middle of everything on a Monday, and also because we've got
new
other
projects.
projects. Yeah, and we just can't dedicate. I mean, I've got like tons of tiles that I would love to feature, but it's just not the conducive anymore, the timing. So we're gonna replace it with other things. And there's always the Wednesday one anyway. So if you miss us in our rubbish,
Nonsense. Yes.
yeah, you can always tune in on Wednesdays as well. Without missing us too much.
So Susan, after the live, then where did we go?
After the live.
After the live, we go to heaven.
Hopefully. Better do good deeds. Be honest person.
Is it up or is it down?
Oh.
After the live, we go to Gardens by the Bay, right?
No, we
Yes,
had
we
tea first. We had tea. We ate something.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We ate again. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
we
the
ate
time
again.
that me and Stephanie thought that it was a dinner, early dinner.
Yeah.
So end up it's not.
But it was a weird timing because it was like not a dinner time.
I think it's a 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, it was around 5:10 maybe.
But we had to eat because if not, we will burn out along the
Die
way.
of starvation.
Yeah. Then I told Steph that today, on that day, our stomach is very busy. Keep
Eat
digesting food. Never
But it
get
was
hungry.
healthy food.
Fortunate.
Okay, yeah,
fortunate
it's
people.
true.
Yeah, healthy food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Gardens by the Bay. Okay.
Go.
They
They had that.
act
They
like a
had
tourist.
They had that
Act
Mexican
like a
team,
tourist.
right? What was it called?
Well, Susan
Mexican?
Yu is no longer a tourist. Susan Yu has graduated to become a PR.
Hey, join the
Graduated.
Yeah, graduated. 毕业咯，
yeah.
毕业咯。
So easy to be, yeah.
Very easy.
Then Stephanie is waiting to graduate further.
Nobody want me.
So Steph has applied for citizenship. And we don't know when she'll get it, but she will.
Yeah, man.
Soon.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Mm.
What's the
Yeah.
current? What's the current theme? Okay, I found it. Hanging Gardens, Mexican Roots. That's the
How was
current.
it hanging though?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, how was it
That's
hanging?
that's one of the things that I was thinking about. I actually don't think that. So the
We've
Gardens by
been
the
there so
Bay.
many times, right? And
Yeah,
this was
the
the
Gardens
worst
by the
one.
Bay
Yeah.
has the domes. There's two domes. One is the cloud forest, and one's the flower dome. Within the flower dome, they have a permanent exhibits, and then they also have seasonal exhibits. So Tulip Mania is one of the recurring ones, and then they also have other themed
Sakura.
exhibits. Yeah, sakura.
Sakura for spring, tulips.
No. Tokidoki. There we
What?
go.
Don Donkey? How's that?
Hashtag sponsored.
She's thinking of food again, I think.
I'm thinking of food. No, it's Tokidoki. Yeah, so this special exhibit was themed Hanging Gardens, Mexican Roots. But Debbie and I agreed that it was not as good as previous one. Susan, what do you think? Was it as nice as the previous?
You went so many
exhibits?
times.
I like the
was so
previous one.
Yeah, this
Oh, no?
one was
This one
quite a
not.
disappointment. Yeah.
A bit.
Yeah.
It's not as
一数数
nice.
可以在家里看。
But it is creative that they use the corn to make an art.
The art form.
Yeah,
But
the
it was like a
different
small
kind
part.
of.
It was like a behind
Yeah,
section.
it's just a part.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's some artworks that were made of different colored. It's not just corn, Susan. It was also like green beans, the lima beans,
Chickpeas.
chickpeas. Yeah, I actually thought the chickpeas were seashells, but then they weren't. Because from far away, look, Susan was saying, don't. It's too big to be a green bean or something, corn. So what is it?
A green bean is green. A chickpea is not green.
Maybe they dye it, you don't know ma.
No, why would
Maybe
it
it's
dye
corn.
white?
Maybe it's corn.
Yeah, it's a corn. It is a corn.
Don't be corn.
We were corned. We paid for it.
Yeah, we were corn. So sad.
We actually spent $60, on that corn.
Corn money is one.
And then we enjoyed the light show more than the corn.
Yeah.
And the light show is a free one.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so now no.
So if you're ever in
Corn.
Singapore, you can watch the light show at the Super Tree Grove.
There are two light shows actually. There's one more at the Bay.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, but the
that's
one
why.
The one at Super Tree Grove happens at 7:30 and 8:30. If I'm not, is it 7:45 and 8:45? One of these timings, lah. And then they also themed also.
You still need to go early to get a good
Yeah.
seat. Yeah,
So it's not. It's an open
better
seating
to
area.
arrive early.
You
Yeah.
just
Al fresco.
yes, where your butt can sit.
Where a
Just
butt?
sitting. Where your butt can sit, not where a butt. Oh, where a butt.
Exchanging fields.
It's a
Exchanging
heart shape.
fields. Where a butt?
Heart shape.
Extended heart shape.
What things?
Yeah, the whole weekend I was laughing at this one.
Yeah.
It's funny, wow. It's really very funny, And then
very
you
good.
said something like you need to have gratitude for a hardship. I'm like, excuse me.
So for context,
Okay,
for context,
point taken.
during the alumni social, at one point Susan was co-teaching with me. Then at one point Susan said, "Extend your heart shape, your heart shape." And
You
then-
should say something like extend the heart that you are, extend the
Who knows
the
that?
stroke that you are drawing or the heart
Sure,
that you
you
are
did.
drawing.
Next time I
Because
should
usually
put the
when we say-
subtitle.
Because usually when we say usually when we say draw a heart, we don't say draw a heart shape. Does that make
Extend the
sense?
heart shape.
So because when we are hearing it on air, it sounds like extend
Yeah.
your
Extend your
heart
heart
shape.
shapes.
Yeah, extend your heart shape.
Poor
Be grateful
thing.
for a
You don't
heart
want.
shape.
Well, your
So
heart
my
shape can
next
teach you a
blog
new thing.
post. So my next blog post will be grateful for a heart shape.
Oh no.
Thank you very much.
Very good title, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, it'll be
Can.
heart, Heart, heart shape.
Mm.
Extend your heart shape.
Then can be SHIP, like friendship, relationship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's heartship. Nice. I like it. If you haven't already seen the blog post on 7F5R.com,
On the heart
Debbie,
shape.
no, on Pandemic, Debbie
Oh,
published
Pandemic.
a new tangle. You might want to catch up on that. Yeah.
Catch up on that.
So the light show that we watched at Gardens by the Bay was retro themed. It was quite nice. I enjoyed it.
And then we had dinner.
And then we had dinner, endless eating. Oh, and then I tried to. So there's a restaurant called Shake Shack that they have an outlet at Gardens by the Bay, and I really wanted their milkshake. And then twice they said they didn't say, they just have really long lines. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait so long for just one drink, so I didn't get my milkshake at Gardens by the Bay. And then we went for dinner. We went somewhere else. We went more in the
By the Bay.
by the Bay Area. and
Another bay.
then after that Susan was
It's
like,
the
oh,
same bay. It's the same bay,
the
Susan. It's not.
different area
Another
of the
side.
bay.
Okay.
Another side
Singapore
of the
doesn't
bay.
have that many, like.
Small area.
But I get what she means because the first night when Ildika was here and Susan didn't join us, the restaurant that we went to near the beach was called George's by the Bay. And then the next day we went to Gardens by the Bay. And
Again,
then
it's
after
different
that we
bay.
went to Fullerton by the Bay. So it's like
Yes.
all the bays. Yeah. But
All
it's
the bays.
actually two of them are the same bay. Yeah.
Very
The
good.
same bay on the same day.
Oh. Oh. And then
True,
we
right?
were ordering dinner.
Susan's supposed to narrate this part.
Okay, you want to narrate
I'm
this
not a
part?
very good storyteller. I think Sam did better than me.
Then Susan was saying, oh, they sell milkshakes. You can have your milkshake here instead. And then I was like, I already give up my milkshake. I will order a different drink. So I wanted to order juice. And then everyone else's drinks came, and mine didn't. And then we found out that they forgot about my drink.
Did they eventually bring it?
Yes, they did, and they comped it, so they were very nice about it. But I'm still very upset. And I was telling
But they were
Susan,
very horrible. This restaurant tried to poison me.
oh, what did they do?
So basically I asked them what on the menu was gluten free and the guy tells me pizza. So I really thought he was being like nice and offering me a pizza that was like made with gluten free flour because there are and we've been to the place actually together. We brought Susan and Isaac, do you remember? So there are places that serve like gluten free pizza. And I thought it was for real, you know. Thank goodness I asked him what sort of flour he used and he told me normal lah.
Normal lah.
Yeah, normal lah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but pizza is not gluten free unless you are using specific flour that is gluten free and not. Yeah, and then he's like, okay, then you can just have a salad. And the one that he pointed to me has barley in it, which is another gluten product, you know, like So gluten is wheat and barley and rye. Usually comes from wheat, barley, and rye. So the derivative products would also have gluten. Does that make sense? So bread, if you are using normal wheat flour, will have gluten. Pitas and whatever pizzas and whatever with normal wheat flour, rye flour, would have gluten, right? So I was like, excuse me, can you please just go and check? I'm not going to be sick for 4 days just because I ate something on your lousy recommendation, you know? And this is a prime restaurant at a prime location, charging prime prices. So the salad that he wanted me to take was, well, we after all the plus taxes in, like, the plus and the plus, right? Because you have like service tax and the GST, right? So after all the pluses, it would have cost us at least $33 for that salad to kill me for like the next 4 days. Which, no, thank you very much. I'd rather starve if that's the case. So he went to check, and it was true that, had to take out stuff from the salad even. So I paid for a full salad, but didn't get the full salad even. But that was the only thing that they had, so I had no choice. And of course, Ildika was very nice. She picked up the tab, because we had, I had been picking up the tab, so she felt like it was time for her to pick up the tab, which I was a bit reluctant, but I understood, so I just let it go. Yeah, and then they also made us they made us wait very long for seating, and we actually offered to wait even longer, but they had to insist on splitting us up for whatever reason. I don't know, because there were other vacant tables around. Maybe they just don't like our face. So quite appalling, the service. Yeah, so they decided not to charge us for Stephanie's, what was that, tea, juice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then we all took a walk around the bay to get to
find
the MRT
geocache.
station. No, we went to get the MRT station, right? So that we could get home.
We went to find geocache.
No,
Yes,
it was
the
already
Merlion.
found. It was already
The
found.
Merlion.
Yeah, but it was already found. She just had to take a photograph.
Yeah, so I had to walk there.
It's a virtual one, so you don't actually have to find it.
No,
Right?
she had to go to the...
We were there already. It's just that she just had to get the photo. She could have done it. Okay, she could have done it sitting, but she needed the photo from where we were at the restaurant. Does that make sense? So from where we were at the restaurant, if she had the photo, she could have completed it, but she needed and that was why we went. But we didn't have to find it. We knew where it was. It's just after that we had to walk around the bay to get to the station, and then we parted ways there with Susan.
The Merlion was very cute though.
It was lit up.
Then the geocache requirements was that she had to take a photo of
Don't embarrass her, please, by
her
saying what
drinking
you...
the water from the Merlion.
So
Very
bad.
funny.
It's horrible kid.
So funny.
I just told you not to embarrass her.
It's not embarrassing. It's just cute. It's a cute moment to remember.
Anyway, you're spoiling the geocache secret for everyone who's going to visit the area.
What I mean, you say it's a virtual one, so not much to
You're
spoil.
giving spoilers away. Okay, I finished Ildika's towel. I might write something along here, but I will think about colour in a moment. And my brain is not screwed on properly today. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to work on Anoska's towel. So we parted ways for the night. And then so Daniel and I noticed that Ildika was getting a bit tired. So I said, should we grab? But then Ildika loves Susan and Stephanie so much that she's like, no, we're fine. They're going on the train, so am I, that kind of thing. So we went on the train. And then by the time we got on the last leg home, which was, so we have to take the train and then transfer trains and stuff like that. And by the time we got on the feeder bus from the train station, she was kind of ready to go to bed. Yeah.
The wrong card.
And then so I quietly asked her, do you still want a morning walk? So because she had told me that she wants to do this and she wants to do that and she wants to squeeze in as much as she could, but then I also know that the heat in Singapore is not a joke, right? So the heat makes things harder and more tiring. So I did tell her that, hey, you don't have to do the morning walk if you don't want to. You can sit and talk, and then we can have a slightly later start. And at that point, Susan was going to ditch us for Sunday. So we thought that we would be without Susan,
Yeah, so
Yeah. So I told Steph that, maybe we should meet at a decent, a normal, sane time instead. So we decided to meet later on Sunday morning. Well, not very much later, but later for us because it was nearer us. Steph, I need to take a screenshot, so I'm going to tab out for a while.
So Susan thought that she wouldn't be joining us on Sunday because she might have to entertain guests. But then Sunday morning ended up being very cold.
Very good.
Yeah, so
It's a heavy rain, since the morning.
Yeah, it started
But
early.
it turned out very good weather in the afternoon.
So she ended up deciding to join us, which is very good.
Well,
And then-
her plans got cancelled. She wanted to
Because of the
abandon us.
rain.
She wanted to abandon us, but she couldn't.
She's stuck with us, Susan.
Yeah, we stuck, Susan.
So then we met and had brunch first, right? On Sunday.
Yeah. At a proper place with gluten-free, proper food without the drama. Oh, well, actually, there was drama, actually.
Why?
There was drama at the counter,
What?
remember, Steph?
Avocado.
And also the guy didn't really like me.
Why?
Because I had nerve pain and I had to put down my tea. So I was we could only get a table a little bit after Steph joined us, but because we were trying to be less conspicuous, Ildika and I, so we ordered tea first. And then because my nerve pain in my arms mean that sometimes I can't really hold heavy things for long. So that particular morning, the nerve pain set in. I think it was from something I ate the previous day. I think it was the lunch that we had when we were out. It also affected Ildika, so I think that was the one. But of course, hers was a lot milder, thank God. Don't want her to be sick while she's enjoying her holiday, right? Yeah, so I had like a bit of nerve pain. I had to put down the tea while he was cleaning the table, and he was very upset with me.
Because it's a bit rude, right? It's like there's no
He
reason.
was very upset with me. Yeah, I apologized. And I explained to him, and then he was, oh, it's okay. You know, that kind of thing. But it was like damage done for Ildika. Ildika was like, yeah. And Ildika was like, I'll hold it. She did a Stephanie, I'll hold it.
My one.
No, I'll hold it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then after brunch, we went to the Asian Civilization Museum.
No, we took a walk down first, the river.
No, that's just getting there lah.
No, but it's well, I could have gotten us there in another way.
But then Ildika was like, yeah,
But that was the way I wanted to take her to.
Okay. But
That was
anyways,
the way that I wanted to show her because I wanted to show her the bridge.
yeah. Anyways, we got to the Asian Civilization Museum and we went to see an exhibit called Batik Kita. As you can see, the little booklet that Susan found, and then it was the last one. And then she asked the counter staff, "Do you have more?" And then she got each of us one. So inside this booklet is actually very cute.
Where's your cross stitch thingy?
I gave it to Charlotte already.
Oh, okay.
I have here,
Oh, okay, she has.
but I haven't completed.
Yeah, I haven't
then
completed.
do
I can
Ildika
show.
finished hers already.
I also finished mine.
Ildika finished hers. I haven't finished mine. I have like I have a lot more to go. I mean,
Oh,
you have
so
to zoom
nice.
out, Susan. Cannot see. Cannot see your heart shape.
Heart
Need
shape.
to prove your heart shape.
Yeah, this is the one.
Susan has no heart
I haven't
shape.
finished.
Susan has a good
I
life.
managed to get a
Cannot have heart shape.
very beautiful heart.
Yeah, beautiful. See the behind.
See the behind.
Don't lah. Okay, this one. This blue color is very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I share with you Steph that I know how to do the cross stitch, but the behind cannot see one.
Yeah.
Why the behind cannot
It's
see
very
one?
messy. Because it's very messy, just like this one.
It's a heart
For
shape.
those people who is very expert in cross stitch, right? Even the front and behind is very
neat.
What should I say? Very neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one, the blue color is so neat because every time I do it, I would look at the back to check. But then for this heart, I have no energy to do that, so the behind is quite messy.
The
I like
behind is
front
a
one.
heart shape.
Yeah, it's a very cannot see. Yeah.
So
Oh, see,
mine
it's
mine
interesting.
is like I decided to do Z for Zentangle. So can you see all the tiny Z's? So it's not a cross stitch, it's a Z stitch.
Very nice.
Then I plan to like repeat here. So this diagonal will be white and then different colors. And the back looks like that.
The snake.
Snake. What is a snake? How is it a
You know
snake?
the Nokia game?
No, I don't know. What are you talking about?
You don't know snake? The Nokia phone.
How does this look like that?
This one.
Anyway. Anyway, it came with like a kid safe needle.
Yeah, very good.
And it's when I have nerve pain, I have problems embroidering. I tried to embroider something for Stephanie, and I just struggled so badly with the regular nail. So I was very thrilled with this little kitty nail, kitty needle. Yeah,
That
and
I
Steph
almost
managed.
lost.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like Steph managed to lose hers like in a heartbeat,
We
and
were in
gave us
the
all a heart
we
attack.
were we were in the private hire car taxi Grab, and basically I was trying to finish my
Stubbornly,
my work,
trying
and I
to.
was like, oh, I'm
No, I'm
done,
gonna finish it.
and then I put the shirt, the little shirt back into the plastic bag, kept on the thread, and then the needle decided to fly out. And I was like, oh no, I dropped it. And then the private hire car was like, oh, if you're going to the airport, it's very far. Can I stop by a petrol kiosk to top up the petrol in my car? And all of us were agreeable, of course. So while
Well,
he was,
he was a very good driver. He gave us like a $5 discount because he delayed
oh,
our
so nice.
yeah.
But anyways, we were at the petrol kiosk, and then I was like, oh, maybe I can use this opportunity to like find my needle. So I opened the car door. I was like, I can't find it. It's bright green. How can I lose it? I don't know where it is. It's gone forever. I closed the door, and then
And then
David,
when she found it and she was so excited that she found it, the way she sat down, she actually pulled up not just my skirt but also my underwear. So I
very
was
good.
fidgeting like a yeah. I don't know why she does this to all of us. You know.
The bright green needle was found in the little side compartment of the car door. That's why I couldn't
Eventually,
find it.
eventually.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Batikita, very cute, the little handout that they have. It comes with these little inserts that showcase the prints that we saw at the exhibit. And then on the back portion of these inserts, there are little activities. It's
There's
very
stickers
well
as
thought
well.
out. Yeah, and then the stickers. And then I am currently doing a tile using some of the stickers, so you can see some of them are missing.
Some of the museums that offer these kiddie programs, right, would not probably want us to participate, you know. So I
Why?
really like I really like the Asian Civilizations Museum because this is not the first one that they have done. They did another one before the pandemic that was called that actually featured the work of Guo Pei, the Chinese designer, and Steph and I we visited with my older cousin Pauline. And then we also did do you remember the butterfly, Steph?
Mm,
Yeah. We had it hanging in our studio for a long time, the old studio. Where is it now, that thing?
I don't
Did
know.
we throw it away?
It's a very well thought out little booklet.
Yeah. They do very
And
well, very
and then
good
they have the
programs.
exhibition guide with the same
Oh,
repeated
we shouldn't
pattern
have
and so.
taken the tour though.
Yes, we shouldn't have.
Yeah. Although the lady wasn't that bad lah, but she was just going on and on. It was meant to be like a half an hour, but it left us with no time for anything else.
Very good.
They shouldn't have told us it was half an hour. That was very bad. If we were rushing to the airport,
Then you shouldn't be rushing with half an hour.
but you cannot assume what.
Oh no.
No, we can't assume that people are.
Anyways, after the Batik Kita exhibit, we had a little tea break.
We had a little tea.
We had a little
We
tea.
had a wee tea.
A wee tea, yes, a wee
Wee
tea
tea.
break. wee tea break, and then Susan went home.
I don't know why, but the services that we encountered across all the eateries were quite bad. So this one, we ended up paying service tax, but I helped myself to everything.
Or was it self-service? Was the water
No, it
meant to be
wasn't. No, we couldn't. Actually, they actually have a sign there, please do not help yourself. But,
Oh.
but there was, I know. But we
Naughty,
couldn't be
naughty.
waiting because we had to be at the airport that night itself, right? So we just
Naughty.
yeah, it was set actually our events going, you see. So yeah. People online might be thinking that Debbie is like a perfectionist. I have to be in a certain place at a certain time and cannot deviate. But it's not. It's there's someone has a flight to catch, basically.
Someone has to be at a certain place at a certain time.
And then Susan has to get back to her family and things like that. So it's just
Susan.
we don't want to lose Susan, like haven't finished talking to her and then we lose her. You get what I mean? So rather sit down more and talk to Susan and have less time listening to a rambling old lady. Not that she's a nasty. I mean, I'm being nasty, but then yeah, she was quite nice lah. The Dawson, just very rambly and just cannot do a 1 hour 45 minutes when you say
Or
it's
maybe
half an hour.
maybe the counter staff got it wrong. It's not half an hour actually.
Yeah, then someone needs to be scolded, whoever it is. Yeah. Okay, next.
Internal problem. Yeah, so we had a wee tea break, and then Susan went home, and then we went to Debbie's and Daniel's
Susan
place.
didn't go home straight, right? Susan had her own party.
I don't know what
What
she did.
party?
You went to a cafe?
Oh no, Anna, I didn't. I just go and buy some grocery, then I just go home.
Oh, did you see the
Quite.
extra?
No.
I thought you went to Serangoon to buy groceries.
I think I go to the cold storage. Just get a very fast one.
Oh, but their cold storage is very small, right?
Yeah. Because I didn't buy a lot of things as well.
Oh, I see.
So okay lah. Because my leg is very tired. 7 km, right, Debbie? They all
Maybe.
have 10
I think
km.
yeah, we had
But
10
mine
km.
probably 7
Yeah, hers is
km for
probably
that
7
day.
km. So we must take you out more.
I think
Long
Train
time
your
didn't
legs.
be a tourist that keep
Yeah.
walking.
So we
Last time
must
we
take
have
her
free
out
and
more.
easy holidays. Yeah, that one I can walk.
Well, I guess
But
now that Isaac is a bit bigger, also you can take more, like some of the weekends when he's with his dad lah,
Guy.
to take time to explore. We didn't dare to take you away like so often last time, right, Steph?
I don't know. I got child minding last time.
No, I mean for Susan, not you.
Now become Papa the Isaac. It's okay.
yeah.
Daddy duties. Anyways, then Ildiga went to pick up her stuff, freshen up, and then we headed to the airport. Oh, and then I have fun facts about it. Do you know that the indoor waterfall at Changi is the world's tallest indoor waterfall? So if you're ever at Singapore's airport at Changi Jewel.
Oh, they found a cache there as well.
Okay, yeah, that's fun.
You guys found a cache there as well, right?
Yeah. Take a photo.
So Stephanie was obsessed because she wanted Ildika to hit 1,000.
Yes,
with her help.
She was at 994, was it? When she first arrived?
I don't know.
And then I wanted to...
93? 94?
Yeah, I think it's 93. Then she did that one on that first night. Yeah, so then it became 94. So I was like, maybe she can hit 1,000.
She was just wanting to do one,
Oh, well, I helped
in
her.
Singapore.
Because she wanted the sticker from
You nagged
Singapore,
her along,
right?
basically. You nagged her along. Yeah.
Yes.
No way, you should do it. Every day.
Let's go!
It's
Yeah.
only 7.
Yeah. So, world's tallest indoor waterfall. Do check it out at Changi Jewel. Lots of fun. It has a light show. Daniel says every half an hour. So that's quite interesting. And then some other fun facts about Singapore. Singapore is one of the only 3 surviving city-states in the world. Can you guess what the other 2 are?
Is it Vatican?
Yes, you're very smart. One is Vatican, and then the other one is Monaco. So one of only three. Wow. And then the last fun fact that I have for you guys is Singapore's Bukit Timah Nature Reserve holds more species of trees than the entire North America continent. Which I think is like,
But
wow.
we are like a pin.
Yeah, we are so tiny. We are so
I don't
tiny.
know. I was gonna say like we're the head of the pin, you know, the kind of tiny.
Very good.
But then I caught myself because that sound very nice.
Well, we are called Koli Koli, the little red dot. So not wrong. Not wrong. We are very tiny. And then we had Starbucks at Changi Airport while waiting for.
We had to eat dinner first, Steph.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, and I reacted
Wait,
to dinner, so it's been quite a morning
quite morning.
and quite an afternoon.
Oh.
Yeah. So dinner we found a gluten-free place that doesn't do gluten-free properly as well.
Very nice.
Yeah. And so we were Ildik and I were forced to eat fish.
Very good. Poisson.
But Ildika does eat fish though.
She was giving me the option between, I think it was fish or duck, was it? Yeah, then I told her.
But it's not advisable to take duck in Singapore if you have immune issues, because I think duck is not fresh in Singapore. Most of it is frozen that comes in through import. So if you are a very sensitive individual to certain food intolerances, you might want to be cautious lah.
So, Debbie, why do you think Singapore is so poor at how would I phrase it? Why do you think Singapore is so lagging behind on accommodating people's food?
I think
requests?
that a lot of Chinese people are gluten tolerant. So I think that a lot of Chinese people tend to eat like noodles, wheat-based, like dumpling skin and flour-based things like dough fritters. And traditionally, I used to eat a lot of gluten as well. Like we eat a lot of breads. So we eat a lot of breads. We eat a lot of pasta also. Well, I mean, pasta is worldwide lah, I guess. A lot of people eat pasta. And then you don't realize that you are intolerant until something happens lah. Basically. So if you are fortunate to not be intolerant, then you think that, most people are intolerant, are tolerant. So your default thinking will be, if I can eat it, she can eat it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is the problem with a lot of people nowadays, because they sort of because there's also like a lot of distraction with the keto diet, the paleo diet, and then the low carb diet, and then what else? I mean, there are a lot of different ones, and people sort of now get a choice as to what they want to put in their bodies, way more so than last time. Like there are a lot more options that come in because of frozen food and stuff that were not available in the past. So a lot of people, when they make the choice, it's not because they are intolerant of something. They just prefer it's a preference. It's not a dietary requirement. It's a food preference. So a lot of people who work in the F&B industry in Singapore probably have come across people who are just being like
Nasty.
picky. They just don't want a certain, like, I'm not going to eat carbs, so can you not put the carbs on my plate? That's about it. But they are not so schooled when it comes to people with serious like peanut allergies or soy allergies. I think in Asia, if you have a soy allergy, you are basically in trouble because everything will be cross-contaminated. There will be trace amounts in everything, like literally everything. And in every salad, you will find soybean products as well, or tofu products as well, and there's no education well, a lot of people are not educated as they should be when they are working with food products. Yeah, so it's I want to say it's a little bit cultural because of how we eat so much gluten that we think that it's a norm, you know. So we think that everyone should be able to eat what we eat. Yeah. And also gluten sensitivity has different kinds. There are things like there's a disease called celiac disease that causes a whole host of symptoms. And then there's another thing that's called non-celiac gluten sensitivity, which also causes the body to shut down. Both are autoimmune responses. So they are not the person being, I mean, there are some people who can tolerate gluten, but it makes them bloat. So those are not sensitive per se, but it's just that gluten makes people bloat. Most people bloat. But you know, some people is beyond that. I mean, bloating is uncomfortable, but your body doesn't shut down like how people with true intolerance have to suffer lah. Basically, it's a different thing, you know. Yeah. So some people, when you say that I'm gluten intolerant, it could just mean that he's bloating. And some people, it's very serious. It could be like an autoimmune problem, which is what I have, or I suddenly developed. Yeah. So I guess it's gradually improving, I hope, because
Hopefully.
I can
Like
see
now there's
more
vegetarian dishes.
yeah, vegan options.
Yeah.
When in the past there wouldn't have been so many options. In the past, it would be just like, you know, vegan options would just be
No meat.
fried. Yeah, just no meat lah, just fried stuff, and you know, like maybe they change the oil a little bit, you know. But now there's a whole industry catering to that, like plant-based and stuff. But plant-based does not mean gluten-free. Plant-based does not mean soy-free, right? So they need some plant-based does not mean peanut-free as well. So it could be potentially lethal
to some people.
Yeah.
So a lot of things, education.
And
Yes.
empathy. You need to have. I think Singapore is quite low on empathy, like with a lot of the world. Especially, I think the pandemic has kind of made us all very overwhelmed. And when a person is overwhelmed, sometimes we're just not so empathetic. And Susan is very quiet.
She very
About to say something about the gluten-free.
Say
For this diet, right, it's not, I think, I'm not sure in Singapore, but in Malaysia, right, what I know is that for those kids with autism or the ADHD, the doctor actually advised them to go for the gluten-free diet.
Yes.
Yeah, because if they take too much of gluten, their behavior maybe a little bit uncontrolled. So some of the parents actually they try very hard to really give their kids with the gluten-free diets.
It's very,
and the
very
foods.
difficult, you know, because okay, firstly, it's not easy to detect. If your parents have it and they know that they have it, then your chances of being detected is higher.
You mean
So if
the
you're
gluten intolerance?
yes. It's
Oh, but this one is not about the gluten intolerance, but it's about they diagnosed with the autism or the ADHD. Then they will suggest that
correct,
they
but
do some adjustment.
autism
Yeah.
and ADHD is also genetic,
Oh, okay.
right? Yeah. So there's also a genetic link lah. So for gluten issues, right? I'm not saying everyone who is autistic will have, but you know, for gluten issues, gluten sensitivity, right, it can trigger a lot of chemical effects in your body. That's why it can trigger the autistic meltdowns or ADHD meltdowns. Yeah. I'm just trying to tie up the loose ends lah, you know, by saying this on top of what Susan is saying. Yeah. Right, Susan? Please continue.
Yeah, I finished.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's very difficult to detect because if you know your parents have, like, for example, Utica is not as intolerant as I am, or sensitive as I am, but Utica's dad has celiac disease. So because she knows that her dad and her dad knows that he had, she's being careful that she doesn't want to have. Does that make sense? So your parent is a very important factor lah. But my mom, I got a feeling my mom had it, but she didn't know she had it. Does that make sense? As a result, I couldn't tell that I have it so easily. Yeah, you were saying? Sorry. Oh, what did you What do you say?
Who?
You.
Wanted to say we have to tie up. This is what happened over our weekend. A lot of fun. If you're friends with us on Facebook, you have seen pictures. And then I think, just last week, we launched CZTAE 2022. So all of the classes went live. If you're participating this year, you should have access to all of the classes now.
Your packages should be arrived already.
Hopefully.
I know,
And
right?
then-
I'm just kind of like, yeah.
Jinx it. And then we recently sent out an email requesting feedback for the event. So if you're a participant, do check out your Thinkific account with CZTAE so that you can find all of that good stuff. Yeah, so one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys is, have you taken a look at your Thinkific account?
But they are not all tuned in. What? Why are you asking
just
them to tune in?
you and Susan.
You say you guys, you never say who.
You guys, you lah. You and Susan lah.
Susan, I'm not a guy leh. Susan and I both not guys.
It's neutral. It's like neutral you.
Susan,
Anyways.
let's not answer her until she
Why?
address us properly.
So full of shit. Susan, what
Yes.
class are you going to do first in the CZTAE?
Oh, I did the
You finished?
voice guided meditation
For finish already.
from Molly. What do you mean by finish? I finished one tile.
Okay,
From
that's
Molly.
good.
Yeah. I remember that last the autumn 2021. This is a class that I did first. Then the worst thing is that after we finish this voice guided, right? We are not supposed to post it, right?
Yes.
Because
Why?
other people they have
Oh.
no spoiler photo. Yeah, so we have to be okay. 忍住. Then so I not posting last year. Then end up now I want to post, but I cannot find my tiles.
Oh no.
Did you take a photo like last year? No.
I'm
Last year,
not
did you
very
take a photo?
sure.
Maybe
I'm
you
not
took,
very
you
sure.
check your phone.
Yeah.
Check your phone.
So
first.
so this year I try to do it, then take a photo, then post it, but it's not posting in the CCTAE Facebook group, so that still other people still cannot see that. Because actually I went through I tried to look at the first video from all the instructors, just trying to look at their face, then listen to their voice.
Look at their face.
Yeah. Because
要认人。
most of the instructor they have a self introduction at the beginning, so it's a good time to
Get to know
see
them.
them, get to know them. Yeah, because I have not many friends. I didn't know a lot of people. Yeah, so I have
So
to
she's doing
try my
homework for the
best.
Wednesday live.
Wednesday live.
Yeah,
What
when
about
we
that?
ask you to do
Debbie
shout
will
out, right?
ask. Yeah.
Next week, huh? Next week I'm going to take MC.
So
No, cannot.
nonsense.
Put pass.
Yo.
So after
There are
looking
13
through those
instructors, Susan,
introduction,
though. There
yeah.
are 30
So?
instructors. That will last you 10 episodes of Wednesday live. And then some more on
We'll
top
make
of that,
friends.
right? It's not every Wednesday that we ask you to do shout out, right? It's only once a month. So that will last you 10 months.
Very good.
Very
Susan,
good.
我们一起
Okay.
一起找朋友. We find friends
好
together.
My
Okay.
light suddenly, my battery went. So I have to, yeah.
So after Molly's, have you decided who you're going to do? Which instructors
leh.
first? Okay. Debbie, you? Have you decided which one will be your
Actually, no
first?
because I've been so busy fixing DHL issues, right, that I
Yeah, man.
really have no other free time, you know. So I had been so busy with DHL and their officers. I think by now I've spoken to all the different help desk personnel already.
Very good.
I probably know all of them by first name, really, with first name basis. And then so and then Iltika came, so getting a house ready for her. And then while getting the house ready for her, my dryer had an issue. Our dryer had an issue. And then we had people in the house this morning, like 3 different sets of people fixing different things in the house this morning. And then, of course, my flare up had to happen. So kind of like need to. So my plan for this week is actually to go back on my protocol for 6 weeks, like the raw protocol, just to get rid of all the things that I'm reacting to, you know, like reset the system. Yeah, so if I can do like a system reset, I think I'll feel better because I think I also did a calculation lah. So I was sharing with Iltika when she asked, because she was very worried about my health, and we talked about it. And I told her, I said that, you know, if after she goes off, because you can't really do this program if you're eating out, right? Unless you bring like a bunch of carrots and cucumbers with you everywhere you go lah, basically, which is not what I want to do because so I was telling her that once, you know, she goes off back en route to Scotland and stuff like that, I would sort of go back onto my program for 6 weeks if I can, and if I feel better to do more, I'll do more than 6 weeks. So I told her actually in April I was feeling pretty good, which is true. And I had my 3rd vaccine in April. And after that, I never managed to get back on any protocol because a short while later there was the CCTAE, and then my husband had a bad flu, and then there was a COVID. He had COVID for a while, and then my body sort of my immune system reacted very badly to everything, and I haven't gone through the protocol again, the 6 weeks to clear and reset. So I told her that was my plan because actually in April and May towards June, I actually felt okay. It's more like because now I think after having fought through July and also like all the stress from CCTAE and stuff, right? I haven't actually gone through the raw protocol recently to at least not the 6 weeks in entirety, right? So it's kind of like I've only just been doing maintenance lah, like maintenance work. But at some point you still need to do an overhaul, right? So I plan to do an overhaul like now, like until 6 weeks, hopefully. More if I need to.
So
What do
speaking
you
about
think?
your house, I think it's
What
a good
about my
idea.
house?
Yeah. So far, hopefully
So
nearing the
far.
end of the line.
Yeah, man, I'm getting very tired of the house also. Like,
What
can we stop
what
like acting up, please?
what has been your least and most favorite moment in this whole process
Of what? Process of what?
of getting the
Detoxing.
house
Oh,
and detoxing?
I'm in a lot of processes, you must understand. At once, all happening.
So funny.
I know, right? Like, I don't know about favorite moment, but I did really enjoy having Iltika here. I miss having her here already. I
Oh,
miss having yeah,
poor
I
thing.
miss having her here already. I mean, it was always my intention to have a guest room. So we have a lot of overseas friends that we hope to see more of when they do come to Singapore and stuff. Next month we'll be seeing Danielle.
Daniel.
Yeah, Danielle. Yeah,
Must see
Danielle
which Daniel.
Jerome.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Danielle Jerome. Did we book Susan already?
Yes.
Okay.
I know the date.
Yeah, so we booked Joni as well, right?
My mom.
Right, you are the secretary, right? So we book
Yes. I take calls. Hello. Yes.
If she don't
Can you
show
please
up, you are in
ration?
trouble.
Oh, she had a clash in meeting, so sorry she couldn't make it. I am come in her stead.
To eat
Yes.
everything.
Yum,
Yum,
yum.
yum, yum, yum.
Yeah. So we had
Yeah.
very busy weekend. Much more than we
Also,
usually
it's
would.
because it's launch week lah. You know, it's launch
Yeah,
week.
everything
And then
happened all
we
at
had
life happens all at once.
and then we
It's
have
very
like
busy.
DHL and we have like people trying to contact us about
I don't want
stuff.
DHL to happen. DHL should contact us as little as possible because that means everything's going smoothly and automatically.
I mean, well,
Oh my
if they contact us,
goodness.
it's fine lah. But I don't want to be
No,
talking
I
to
don't
them the
want.
first thing in the morning until
I
the
don't want to do them.
every five. Yeah, so on Thursday it was really bad actually. The day before Udika came was really bad. I was supposed to take a break, but I never got to take a break. So Wednesday was a very long day, and then Thursday they called me first thing in the morning. Then almost every hour they will call once. So I was like, oh, can you just put everything in the email? You know, and that's what the email is for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everything is getting resolved.
Yeah, man.
But they are pretty good lah. I mean, after all of that, you know, they still are. The Singapore side is pretty good actually. Yeah. A
Today
lot of
the staff came to pick up a replacement package, and then
yeah.
he was asking why hasn't there been any more pickups lately? You know? So at least the staff knows what is being picked up and what's going out. Then they're concerned. So yeah, Singapore staff, nothing to complain about. DHL, thank you very
We
much.
did have one though.
One, yeah. And anomaly lah. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much for spending time with us. Let's close up by
Maybe we
talking
should
about
all say
Tao.
something nice also, like talk about Tao and then say something nice about like because this is the last episode of this series, not the rest of the series, but this one.
Yeah.
And maybe you should close by saying something nice to put a rest to this series.
Oh, something nice about what? About ourselves?
The
About-
series the
Oh,
series.
okay.
Not you. Oh, well, if you want to say something nice about yourself, you can as well.
Yes, so lovely. Susan, would you like to talk about your Tao? So that we can close.
Okay.
What have you been up to?
Okay, today I did 2.5 tiles.
Wow.
The another half haven't finished. Okay, so this one is from Debbie, the gemstone. So I add in the agreed tangle, which is I got it from the Batik Kita, the brochures. There's one
So
pattern
smart.
that I found that okay, it's a nice thing. So I just add it in and using a white jelly roll for the border. Yeah. Then the second tile is the black Zandala by adding the Zac and also a few more smoke. Then this is the 5 tile from Stephanie. Using the Wasit techniques. Hope I can finish by today. Yeah. So am I going to continue with
You need to
the
say
question?
something nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So something nice. Okay, through this Monday's Mindful Monday, I finally get involved in the swap board. Traveling Tangle. Yeah. Finally. And this one I remember to register
Very
also.
good.
Can see my name, right?
Yes.
Aiyo. So this was something
okay.
nice about the Monday live that you
Yes, to get involved in something new.
Learn new things.
So learning new things is a lifetime process.
Yes, that's true.
So it's not about the
so
show
this is
lah.
my thing. The show, because of the show,
show
that's
is
why
like, go
I'm
away, I don't
very,
want you.
I'm very,
Thank God it's over.
I need, because of the show, I need the traveling tangle stuff so badly. So ended up, I have a lot of tasks from Stephanie and Debbie. Thank you very much.
You keep asking for tiles. You're supposed to swap.
Yeah, because but the swap is once a month, right?
Yeah.
Then
No,
one
you
time,
can find your
one
own
session we.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll let
I also
I'll let Stephanie, because I very low energy today, I shouldn't exert. I'll let Stephanie explain that part.
But she knows. She knows. She told like she lazy. Never go search your own part. Why Susan make us more
Yes, yes,
busy.
I've searched mine.
Then
I even
nobody
go
was
to my Chinese group. I went to my Chinese group and telling my students that let's have a swap. Yeah, so we did one time for that. I think
so nice.
last month or the month before. Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
involved.
So I
Fine.
think
And
it's
then what
very good
happened?
things. Yeah. Then what happened? I got my tiles off, but only one because we only have one partner. Then I think last week I also made an advertisement to asking my student, let's join the international swap by joining the traveling
I hope
Tangle
you're joining
project.
the right
So
one. Are you joining
yes, I
Stephanie's
approve
one?
them.
Oh,
Yes, I
huh?
approve them. Then I
How
also
you
remind
approve
them that
them?
remember I don't know how can I approve them, but I saw their request.
On Swapboard?
No, in
On
the
the
Facebook
Facebook
group.
group.
Mm. So
Oh,
I
okay.
telling them by joining the group doesn't mean that you're joining the swap.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
must
yeah.
remember to go to the swap,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
Yes,
verify
yeah.
don't be
your
like me.
email.
Don't be
Yeah, don't
like
be like me. Yeah. So last time I missed it because I didn't verify my email.
So funny.
Yeah. So I
yeah.
did my job
You did your job.
Very
Oh
good.
to
my
ask more,
gosh.
Small
yeah, so
favor.
that get more people joining in,
She's
more
trying to say
fun.
I
Yes.
didn't Skype.
I didn't Skype.
I
Yeah.
got do my
I
work.
got do homework.
Mm,
Then Debbie, you want to
yeah.
share your towel?
Okay, so let me try and zoom out a bit without crashing the whole thing. You know, today my hands are like not very stable. Even my leg is numb, you know. Oops, I accidentally flipped the camera even. Is it flipping? Okay. Okay, so I've had this Udica Boyd towel okay, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. Wei Run and Binks. Okay, I
Eh?
think Binks, huh? What?
Weirun?
Yeah, Wei Run and Binks.
Okay.
Wei Run is Ildica's, but Binks is someone else's, I think.
Okay. Binks, I think I know.
Yeah. So I drew a what seeds.
Actually, a lot of what is,
And well, the theme this month is what seeds, right?
Fair
For
enough.
the swap. So it's not far off. So what seeds. And then my brain wasn't turned on at that point. So I just used the Muka, Yerba, and Ops, and a bit of Phantom thrown in between. So I might write something here later, and I might color this towel. I haven't decided yet. Or I might play cheat and send it back to Iltika for another swap. Like, yeah, here, you can have it back now. And
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think she'll mind though. She might. But it won't get to her so soon because she's still in Scotland. I mean, she's going to be in Scotland for almost a month. So, or I could send it to Scotland and have it arrive to her mom's house. Apparently, her mom is also a tangler. So, this one is from Anoska Wardenberg. It's done in the kintsugi style. You know how the Japanese repair broken ceramics with gold. I think it's gold foil glue or something like gold glue. Oh, I'm getting it wrong, but yeah, so they use gold to repair the tiles, and she's chosen Shatak. She gave me this tile in November 2021, so it's not that old. It is old, but it's not that old. I've known Anoska and we've been swapping since before the both of us were CZTs. We met on Swapboard. We also did the Diva Challenge together before we were CZTs. So I've known her a long, long time because we both became CZTs in 2015. So I think she's one seminar after mine, I think. So she's either 19 or 20. Yeah. Mine was 18. So I decided to sort of continue her shatak in a little haphazard manner on purpose. And then I put in Crescent Moon because Crescent Moon is actually a relative of shatak. And then I put in Tidy Up to change things around a little bit with loose ends. I've not done any shading or coloring. And then my third one is a tile that Stephanie began, and is it Apsidus?
Upstairs.
It looks like Apsidus and Del Y, so it's
Yes.
Epsy Y.
Yo. Why so this?
Yeah, why is this? So everything is del Y.
Mhm.
And then because it's a what seeds
Because.
thing, right? So because it's a what seeds month for the swaps, I also stuck a what seed under her fascinator, which is Epsidus. And then I also incorporated the previous theme, which is the gem, which I haven't started yet. I might have to do that on a reel. I don't think I will have time. So I'll do that on a reel. And then I've not added shading. So I'm using a brown micron, this one. And then this one I'm using a white jelly roll. Okay, your tile, Steph.
My towel. I'm finishing up the last touches on this towel. So it's a little bouquet with just mocha and garlic cloves, I guess you can call this, with yerba. And then shading was done in watercolor colored pencils from Faber-Castell, but I didn't activate it because Zentangle Inks 10 tiles are not the hardiest, so I'm not going to activate them like the gemstone. Yeah, and then was my other tile. Here it is. Here's a tile. Another tile from Debbie. She started with the Annie, the Tangle Annie, and then I added Mist in silver to match her tangling. And then I did the outer tangling in grey micron. This is poke root, and then this is bacon or necton, I think. Yeah, and a little chop. Very simple, very nice. Very pleased with it. I didn't have the time to get to my last tile, but I'm pleased with how both of my tiles came out. Yeah, Debbie, you never said what is the one nice thing I suddenly realized. Yeah.
One nice thing about this show is that it helped Steph and I unpack a lot of the tiles that we were sent
Oh,
like
you tell me
previously
answer.
because okay, it's the same answer.
I know, go on.
Yeah, so I have tiles like from 2018 resurfacing and 2017 resurfacing, and it's kind of like I say it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because then you realize that hey, I've aged
Oh
so
my
much.
gosh. No, it's like, oh, I never do homework.
I'm 5 years older now than when
Oh no.
this tile first arrived. Yeah. So well, we've been swapping so many over the years, so it's kind of like nice to know what we have, right? And also we've met a lot of people through this project. I used to be more active in the group. I used to host on Swapboard before I stopped anyway. So I was hosting since I think 2014. That's a long time. And then we stopped during the pandemic because I was getting people who messaged me to say that they can't make it to the post office and therefore they're late and stuff like that. And so it's like a lot of logistics issues. And then I got busy and busier. So I stopped hosting. So this series help Steph cross promote, and I thought it was good because I mean it was nice to grow the group again after the pandemic, or well, during and after the pandemic. I wouldn't dare to say that the pandemic's over yet, but my point is that it's nice to see fresh life in the group. Yeah, it used to be a very, very, very active group. Yeah, and hopefully that we will give it new lease of life. But it's nice also to be able to put a can on something that doesn't feel mindful anymore. So we called it Mindful Mondays, but it has us rushing the entire time just to make it to the show. So it's a good thing that we are we might come up with, we might come back to it again.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, we might come back to it again. So it's not entirely lost. Yeah.
For me, I enjoyed spending time each week.
You're supposed to talk
working
about
on-
tile first, right?
I talked about my tile, dear.
Oh, okay.
For me, I
You don't
enjoyed.
really have one tile?
I do. Hello.
Oh, okay.
For me, I enjoy working on Traveling Tangles tiles during the week. Otherwise, I normally don't have time for completing tiles because now we have 7F5R challenge, we have other commitments. So it's nice to get back into it. Yeah, but like Debbie said, getting busier. Not very mindful anymore. So I'll probably just find some time each week on my own personal time just to work a little bit each week on a traveling tangle tile. Yeah, and like I said at the start of this session, the Traveling Tangles group on Facebook will still be active. So if you'd like to join a swap, please join the group and participate in a swap. And it's also a good way to see what others have created for previous swap teams. Yeah. If you'd like to watch a recording of today's session, you can go to 7F5R's Instagram page at 7F5R's or our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/7F5R Studio. Debbie, Susan, and I will be posting our artworks in our individual Instagram pages. You can find Debbie at tangle.pursuits. Susan is at susanyo.czt, and I am at heathpen_willdraw. Yeah, you can also find lots of other Traveling Tangles tiles via the hashtag Traveling Tangles Project. Remember that traveling has 2 L's. And we'll be seeing you this coming Wednesday, 2:45 p.m. Singapore time on the 28th of September. Yeah, we hope to catch you then. It was a great run for these Mindful Mail on Mondays.
How many did we do, Steph?
We did 10 in total.
Oh,
Mr.
so
10.
it's a very nice number. It's a good time to talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we hope to catch you again on our 7F5R live on every Wednesday.
I didn't know that we did 10, no. It doesn't feel like 10.
It doesn't feel like 10, yeah.
Huh? Susan, what do you think?
I don't know. I didn't count.
Didn't count. Just show up.
I didn't count. I just draw.
No. Susan is like, at least I showed up.
Yeah.
How many what? At least I showed up.
Finale, yeah. So yeah, we hope to see you again in our 7F5R live every Wednesdays and also on future projects that we start. Yeah, it's been a great run. Thank you so much for being with us. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.